A lot of travel credit card these days offer pre-TSA and also global entry. Don't make the mistake of just choosing pre-TSA because global entry actually includes both. What's the difference between pre-TSA and global entry? Pre-TSA, basically you're going to the airport, you're traveling anywhere, so you cut the line. Time you get to be in a shorter line compared to the regular line. And in theory, the check-in process is supposed to be smoother. You don't need to take off your shoes. Although these days, even in a regular line, you don't need to take off your shoes either. But you can keep your laptop in the bag. Might not sound like that much of a big deal, but anytime you go to the airport, it's chaotic. You gotta take things out of your pocket, you gotta put it back in. Your boarding pass, anytime you remove something in and out, you might lose it. The less things you have to take out, the better. So I don't need to take out my laptop, then great, one less thing for me to worry about. And I get to go to the shorter lines, so that's a big benefit of pre-TSA. And so that's just you going to the airport, traveling anywhere. But for global entry, this applies more if you're traveling internationally. If you're coming back, let's say from Germany, you're trying to get back into the US. Same concept, it lets you, in theory, enter a shorter line compared to just joining the regular line. So that's a minor difference between pre-TSA and global entry. So like the name in the self-state, you are entering the US from anywhere globally. So that's one way to think about it. But a lot of these travel credit cards, whether you're paying a $100 fee or $800 fee, they do include global entry. So you apply for that, you automatically enroll into pre-TSA. But you just apply for pre-TSA, then you gotta pay separate for global entry. So it's a no-brainer. Just sign up for global entry if it's included. So always opt in for global entry if it's available, since it is covered by both. God, now I gotta switch hand because I'm walking on a treadmill and getting hand cramp trying to hold my phone, walk and talk at the same time. You know, being a busy dad, this is the only time I get to make videos. I know it's not the best quality. I could use a mic and things like that. I do have a mic available, but sometimes you just want to jump right into it, record, edit, worry about all the other stuff later. So once you do have pre-TSA, to actually use it, make sure that when you go to the airport, it actually says pre-TSA on your boarding ticket. Because a lot of the time, maybe it's like 50-50 for me. I'm not sure why. When you book it online, you enter all your pre-TSA number, and it doesn't always necessarily reflect on the boarding pass, whether it's on your phone or in person. So make sure you don't see pre-TSA anywhere in your boarding pass, and you gotta go to the customer service of the airline that you're taking and make sure that they add it on to pre-TSA. And yeah, for whatever reason, sometimes it don't show up, whether it's a glitch or not. I'm going to talk about whether it's actually worth it or not. And just to hit on a point that I was just talking about a few seconds ago, in a perfect world, if it's already, you bought the ticket, everything's linked on your phone, there's already pre-TSA on your phone boarding pass, you don't even need to print it. You walk straight to the pre-TSA line, in theory, cut the line, get to go to a shorter line, that's great. But where you start encountering issues, like if you have to go back and wait in the customer assistance line, that's going to take more time just to walk all the way up to the front of, let's say, the United counter, and then tell them, hey, I need this pre-TSA badge sticker thing on my boarding pass. And then, oh, make sure to bring your global entry with you, assuming you sign up for that. If you only did pre-TSA, even though I told you not to, bring your pre-TSA card. That way they can check your ID and then put on your boarding pass. So at that point, you kind of have to weigh out whether or not if it's worth waiting in a regular line. Because the other day, I had the same issue. I did not have the pre-TSA ticket on my boarding pass. And I was walking past the security line. I was like, okay, this line doesn't look that bad. But the customer service line all the way across the other side of the airport, do I really want to walk all the way down there just to wait in another line, get this sticker, come all the way back to go to the pre-TSA line? I made the decision to just wait in the regular, normal peasant people line. And you know, it wasn't that bad. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes the regular line is just faster than going across the airport and trying to fix that pre-TSA issue. Another issue with pre-TSA is some airport don't even have it, or if you go at a time where it's not that busy, they don't even open a pre-TSA line, so you have to stay in the regular line anyways. So you might be wondering to yourself, why even bother signing up for pre-TSA? You know, it's a good question. Do it because if your credit card offers it, you might as well just take advantage of it. A lot of credit cards that have many deals such as points and things like that, so you already getting those an extra benefit, but you also have a benefit of global entry and pre-TSA. If it's there, you might as well use it, because there were a handful of times where I got to the airport barely making it because of Uber traffic. And it's nice just to be able to cut through the pre-TSA line instead of waiting in the regular line, which is a lot longer. So I don't know, it's kind of 50-50 for me, but it's something that I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because imagine you waiting a regular line and then you look over at the pre-TSA line, it's like, damn, should have signed up for that card a long time ago, like Tommy told me to, but you didn't. So just sign up, do everything you need to do, advance ahead of time, because it definitely comes in handy when it actually works the way it is intended to work. And the global entry process is kind of a pain as well. When you first sign up, you basically just go to the global entry website. Make sure you go into the right one, the .gov one, and not some third party. Because you go to the third party route, they will get you the global entry, but they'll charge you a fee on top of that. So even though your credit card will cover your global entry, they may not cover that additional fee if you choose that other random third party. So make sure you're signing up for the right one. And on top of that, for the global entry, when you first sign up, it's pretty easy. Just fill out the application, name, address, social, and then it's just gonna conditional approval, I think that's what they call it. That's pretty quick. They just kind of approve you right away. And then after that, you will need to do an interview. This is the part where it gets tricky depending on what airport you're at or where you live. You can schedule an appointment online. Depending on when you're doing it, there are times where it'll be a few months out or a few weeks out. Sometimes it'll just show nothing's available at all. So just keep checking periodically until something opens up and you can schedule an appointment. And yeah, try to filter within your state if that's possible to get the global entry. At times, if that don't work or you can't find any interviews and you keep checking every single day and there's nothing available, then your next best bet is to just travel without it. Sounds weird, but they have like an interview available when you come back into the US. So when you come back in, just say, hey, well, make sure you bring all your paperwork and whatever stating that you are conditionally approved. When you come back in, just go to the global entry line anyways and tell them that you are coming back in and you want an interview. So I got mine done relatively quickly, 10-15 minutes. So that's another option. I came back from Italy and I was actually renewing my global entry at that point because I couldn't get an appointment in the US. So I've done it both ways. So that option is, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but just to have the peace of mind. I would prefer to get the interview and just do it ahead of time versus coming in and they may or may not be available, because luckily I was able to get my interview in and catch my flight shortly after that. It was a connecting flight. I was 5 to 15 minutes slower. They were already done interviewing for the day. Then you need to wait for the next time to get the global entry. It's kind of a weird system. Sometimes it comes in handy, sometimes it doesn't. And even in other cases, sometimes when I land, global entry line is the same length as the regular line. So like I said, it's 50-50, but it's nice to have. Although it's not the end of the world if you don't have it, but just take advantage of it. Well, there you have it, just some quick tips and tricks on global entry and pre-TSA. Always check your credit card perks just to make sure that they are covering your fees. If you are opting for a travel credit card, there's a lot of benefits in these, but it's kind of like a game. You gotta make sure you use all the benefits. If you don't, it might not be worth it. And just make sure you're not signing up for this particular benefit alone. I wouldn't recommend signing up for these fancy cards just to get global entry or pre-TSA. But if you're signing it to get like the $1,000 bonus or something else like that, then that might be a no-brainer because you're getting $1,000 and you're getting these extra perks on top of it. That makes it more worthwhile. So always do global entry if that's available. Pick pre-TSA if global entry is available. And just save yourself the time and headache. Do everything ahead of time. Sometimes you may end up in regular lines, so just temper your expectation. But at the end of the day, sign up for your pre-TSA, your global entry. Let me know what your experience has been so far with pre-TSA global entry. Has it been the same as mine? Better or worse? Regardless, safe travel, happy travel. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.